It's going right. See you on Sunday. Still looking at the Tuesday paper and looking at the local section. And have a couple things here. Here's a data tracker. And what he calls says here, more students at area schools performing well on AP tests, state reports. It's by Philip Reese. Outside. It says students in the four county regions scored well enough on 21,977 advanced placement tests to earn college credit in 2016 and 17, up nearly 40%, from 5 years earlier, according to a new data from the California Department of Education. Advanced placement classes are designed to be equivalent to college-level instruction. It says most colleges allow students who score well on an end of course AP exam to earn college credit and skip that class when they arrive on campus. California public colleges score of 3 or higher generally earns credit. Elite private schools like Stanford and UC of Southern California, University of Southern California, increasingly require scores of 4 or higher on credit. It says about 88% of AP test scores at Davis Senior High were at or above 3, the highest percentage of credit-worthy marks in the region. Says student scores on more than 1,600 tests at Granite Bay High were strong enough to earn college credit, the highest number of credit-worthy scores in the region. Nearly half of the scores at Mira Loma were 5s, the highest percentage of top scores in the region. Many schools across the region and the state have recently increased their numbers of advanced placement classes, and far more students are taking advantage. But there's huge gaps in advanced placement offerings and credit eligible AP scores between high schools in a region. Schools with a high number of economically disadvantaged students tend to have fewer pupils taking scores and scoring well on AP exams. They have a chart here. They have Sideshow C's here. Look here, it says here, Sideshow is trapped on I-5. Man, that's weird. There's not weird, but Bay Area. So CHP have that. It says here, it looks here. Says here, 10 vehicles seized in rash of Saturday night sideshows. Some drivers trapped on I-5 by Julia Scalafani. So it says Saturday night brought whirlwind of high-speed activity in the Sacramento area police. Deputies and California Highway Patrol officers who responded to multiple sideshows may or may not have been connected to or coordinated and impounded a total of 10 vehicles, according to CHP. The largest incident, the CHP responded to calls. Approximately 100 cars cutting off Interstate 5 near Pocket area. Cars began doing stunts, donuts, across 6 lanes of traffic, trapping unsuspecting drivers in a blockage along with them. And the CHP said. The CHP officers also responded to the intersection takeover North Loop Boulevard at Alberta Road at approximately 10:30 p.m. Officers impounded a vehicle and cited 2 people, CHP said. Additional vehicle fled the scene, going over 100 miles per hour down Interstate 80. Vehicles eventually stopped and cited, officials said. The Sacramento Police Department responded to one sideshow near Florin and Amherst Road at approximately 11:10 p.m. Saturday, according to Officer Vance Chandler, assisted by the CHP officer. Sacramento Police, were guided to the vehicle. The driver and 2 other passengers were detained, and the driver was later cited, officials said. Sideshows become increasingly common in the Sacramento area, according to one CHP officer. Just the past 2-3 years, it's been very, very notable increase in size and frequency, and also types of activity they're doing, said Jared. 3B. Says here, Booth, flight officer and helicopter paramedic with CHP Valley Division Air Operations. Incidents are more frequent in the summer. According to groups, usually car clubs, block some form of major road and start doing burnouts, donuts, sometimes launching fireworks, sometimes shooting guns in the air, causing damage to property, and in some cases, Booth said. Why they've become more frequent isn't clear to Booth, but he explains the difficulty of responding to the events, which typically are planned ahead and escalate quickly. Officers sometimes have to forego making arrests for the sake of contacting and citing more dangerous drivers. When you start to arrest somebody, you're kind of stuck with that person for a while because you're now responsible for their well-being, explained Booth. So sometimes contacting more people involved becomes a priority. Officers walk a tricky line between issuing citations and making charges that are consequential enough to deter the impromptu and highly dangerous events, while also working to dissipate and immediately risky activity to others on the road or in the vicinity. CHP is working with the district attorney's office's curbside show activity. We need to make sure that when these people are caught, the charges stick, Booth said. For bystanders who find themselves in the vicinity of dangerous driving and sideshow activity, Booth urged them to focus on their personal safety. Try to stay away from the area as much as possible if you see reckless activity again, Booth said. If you get stuck in one of the vehicles because you're surrounded, lock your door, stay in the vehicle, talk and call 911, and wait for assistance. Booth recommended. He noted that the focus is on keeping uninvolved drivers out of harm's way, especially if someone were attempt to confront participants for blocking their cars. We are trying to prevent people from getting hurt, Booth said. Once sideshow starts, it's already elevated to a high risk level. That's it. Here's another article. A couple articles here from thing here. Here's Cracker Barrel's new site. How Avenue to open August 20th. Michael McGow. Get ready for cornbread. Hearty breakfasts and country fried steak. The Cracker Barrel countdown has begun in Sacramento. The county cooking client chain has set Monday, August 20th as the opening of a daily news location, Arden Arcade restaurant and store at 1000 Howie Avenue. It was originally set to open in mid-June. But construction was delayed by bad weather. Job postings have surfaced on Cracker Barrel website for positions in the upcoming store. The store expects to hire about 200 full and part-time positions. Interviews are being scheduled now through August 3rd. Cracker Barrel is known for its southern comfort food and breakfast offerings. Sacramento area store will begin its grand openings at 6 a.m. The store is second Cracker Barrel opened in California, following its site in Victorville. Another location is planned in Rockland. Good cheese. And then there's some life tributes. We'll look into that later. A couple things over the past weekend.